Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a commentary gameplay for you guys where I get a 9-kill solo win. And I just want to show you guys real quick before we jump into the gameplay my loadout. This is my first time doing this loadout, so I had just made, I like keeping this for fun loadout, as you guys probably know if you've watched the channel at all. But I decided to create a ghost class with an RPG in the FFAR. And I think I got this one off the rip after coming back from the gulag, and I have this other ghost class for stuns. Like if I want to run stuns towards the end game, I'll sometimes switch to this, and if I already have a heartbeat I can pick that back up, or I can keep my stun. This is a MP5. And something I've been noticing in my gameplay is I've often been using the FFAR and the Car 98, but the FFAR mag shoots so fast that sometimes you don't have enough in the mag to down multiple people real quick. So you have to reload. Granted, it has a fast reload, but sometimes when playing with this, I've actually wished I had an SMG to pair with it. So in this gameplay, and I created this class to try, I haven't actually selected this yet. I would have selected this if I got my loadout in time, but I ended up dying. So with that being said, I will show you my class. So this is the FFAR. I have the agency suppressor, which increases the range by about 10% and the bullet velocity by about 25% for true game data. And it increases your ADS though, so you're going to be slower to ADS. And then I do the task force barrel, which increases the range another 10%. And it minimizes the horizontal bounce by 15%. So if you, the FFAR has like this S recoil, it kind of goes up and it just snakes. So tightening that up is a big thing, but it increases the vertical recoil by 23%. So you're gonna, the vertical recoil's magnitude is a lot. It's almost 0.25% stronger. But I think it's worth it for the horizontal. It increases the bullet velocity by 38%. I do the field agent grip, which again helps tighten up that horizontal bounce by another 15%, and it minimizes the vertical recoil by 7%. I have the Salvo 50 round fast mag. Now, a lot of the fast mag attachments are broken in for the Cold War guns, where it actually doesn't help you reload faster at all. And like, so the MP5, that's the case. There's no difference between the standard and the fast mag, and the fast mag on the MP5 for the Cold War gun increases your ADS time. So it's actually hurting you for no benefit. So in this case though, this fast mag does help, and it does not increase your ADS time. So we're able to get our reloads off faster, and you'll see that we can reload pretty quickly. And then a lot of people end up going for this Raider stock. I do not. I use the Raider stock on the MP5. For this is my long range. I like having a sight, so I just do the quick dot microflex LED. I think it's pretty clean. It's just a simple red dot, and it helps me get my shots off. And I paired that with an RPG. I haven't run an RPG in forever. I was using pistols with fully loaded, so I could pick up an SMG, but I thought I would try it. And then my Ghost Stun restock, so it's the MP5, and I have the Agency Suppressor, so again increases range and vertical, or increases range, and for this it decreases vertical recoil by 10%, but it does not help your bullet velocity at all. And then the Task Force barrel, so that increases my range by 50% and bullet velocity by 80% with no negatives, so that's very strong. The Field Agent Grip in this case does 10% decrease on vertical recoil and horizontal bounce, and the mag size is the 50, just so I can have more bullets to spray people with. And again, I'm not using this fast mag because there's actually no difference between the two, and this one decreases your ADS time more, or increases your time to ADS, I guess I should say. Or I don't know how to say that. And then I use the Raider stock. So this is pretty powerful stock. It helps your sprint to fire time by 34 milliseconds, your tactical sprint to fire by 67 milliseconds, and your ADS movement speed is increased by 10%. So you can aim down sight and strafe a lot faster. This does hurt your hip fire though. So this build, you're not going to hip fire very well. So just know that when you're pushing and building and stuff, you want to get ADS in your gunfights. So this is the MP5 I was using, and for all my classes I use double time, ghost, restock, or overkill, and then amped. And then thermite is always my lethal, and then I switch up between stun and heartbeat sensor for my tactical. And if you guys don't know this, if you ever have an SMG class, it's Ghost, make your secondary a pistol and put fully loaded on it, because they share ammo types. So you'll come, if you're just coming off the rip and you got this class, you would have a fully loaded MP5, so 150. That being said, that was the loadout I used in the gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. Bye. Alright, so here we are. I decided to start off the game going for a scav to get money to get my loadout. And one of my favorite places to land in the game is the apartments up by Military and Quarry. So here we have a scav at Burger, and there's one other guy that I have to fight to get it, slash to fight for the area. I only saw the one guy landing here, so clearly has the high ground, so I kind of hide in the corner and see what kind of move he makes. He jumped right in front of me. I'm able to kind of get lucky here and just use a jump swing and kill him with my pistol, and I take his guns. I'm just gonna armor up. It's always nice kind of starting out the game with a kill and a scav, especially in solos. This game lately has just been so difficult. So first I'm gonna go in and loot bank, then I'm gonna head over and get the first scav. Get the second scav, and I totally get blindsided by a guy here. He absolutely destroys me with the ground loot Origin, which is a great gun. And the range on it, after watching the kill cam, was like a lot farther than I thought it would be. He just roasts me. No chance. See right here, he just sees me plain as day. Look at that range. Alright, that was a good play by him, so I jump straight into the gulag and I get in right away. Now, for those of you that don't know, when you're on the side with the plywood truck front, you can climb this on the right, which gives you height and a great advantage. And as you can see, most people on the other side duck behind that car, say like 80% of the time, so if you just know that they're going to be there, you have a good chance of winning. So here I'm coming back into the game, and I at least have my third scav box to complete. So I'm floating just to make sure that it's clear. I'm trying to see if I see the guy, all that stuff, and I don't. So I go ahead and land not on the building. I land kind of at those little shacks, just to see if I can get any kind of ground loot gun. If I push that building and he's inside, I want to have something other than my pistol to fight with. So we come down, I go in the blue shack, and I think I get a shotgun, if I recall. Yep, shotgun. Thankfully, he wasn't in this area, at least while I got the scav. Here I drop my plates, just so I know there's four plates there. So here I'm running back towards those apartments, and the same guy starts shooting at me. And here, rather than plating, I decide to challenge. But I didn't think he would think I would challenge him, and you can see my great aim. So I switched to the M91. He's pushing me. He has that shotgun, so I'm trying to use the rock as cover. Hit firing, crack him, and I get him. That was lucky. He almost had me again, and that would have been the end of the game. So I played up. I'm using the rocks as cover in case anyone heard that gunfight, and start pushing me, reload. So I'm good to go in case there's any other engagements. I decide not to take his guns, and I press on. So the loadouts fell in, and there were two. So I go ahead and decide to get a UAV just to see if anyone else is in the area, and I don't see anyone. So either the person's ghosted for that loadout or they're a gulagger. And I don't think I show it, but I check it later and it just disappears, so I think they were a gulagger who lost. So another scav appeared. I decided to go get the scav so I can get a second loadout with that SMG, the MP5 we talked about earlier at the beginning of the video. So yeah, just trying to keep the cash flow going. That's an important part of playing Warzone, is just if you can keep your cash coming in, you're able to get UAVs, you're able to get what you need. So I get all 3 crates. It's just a quick view of that. So I get first, second, just making sure it's clear, and then boom, got the third. Alright, so we got enough for our loadout. Throw it in the gun store. And I thought about getting my Kar 98 here. So thought about it, but I decided to go SMG just to try it. It's something I'd been wanting to try. So we get the MP5, Cold War, and the FFAR. So someone popped up on Heartbeat here, and they were clearly at that building, and I have no idea where this guy was. He just must have popped up right when I stopped looking. So he shoots me, he cracks me, and he starts to push. I actually changed buildings just because I know I have Ghost, and he has no idea where I am. So at this point, he still doesn't know where I am, and I hide and get him when he comes out in the open. He had no chance, especially with the FFAR and how beamy it can be and just how much damage it does. So here I'm looking at the zone, and I want to rotate to Stadium. So I'm thinking, alright, where's the power play? And it's definitely the roof of Stadium. And I think by about zone 4, you want to try to get in the middle of the circle. You want to see where's the power position and try to push to it. So I got lucky here. This guy didn't see me. I saw him first. We're both rotating in. I decided not to push just because I didn't crack him. And here I cracked him. And now I can push. So I just do a jump swing around the corner. Again, keep that movement and just fry him. So I think he called in that cluster strike. I'm not entirely sure where it came from, so I go to the rocks for cover while I plate up and reload. And then I continue to push toward Stadium. I stop at that buy on the way, you'll see, just to pop a UAV to see if it's clear or not. I got a munitions box. And here we go. So at the buy, get a self-revive and a UAV. And I pinged, so I had pinged earlier where the zip is. There's 2 zips. One is right there, and there's a guy there. And the other one's over by fire on that corner. So I decided I want to go over to fire to take that zip up. But as I push the building, you can see up there, he's moved away from this zip. So I go for the closer one, and I actually start to think he's not on the roof, but inside. And he was. The roof was clear. So I'm going to go up to the roof, and I'm going to clear the left side of the roof first. So I actually clear left, out of zone, so that I don't get pushed from behind, and then I come back with the gas. So here I'm clearing out the left side, and then here I'm coming back with the gas, and I see someone on the other side of the roof. And the whole point of this was so I don't get shot in the back. So he's pushing me. I don't think he sees me at all. There's no cover, so he didn't stand a chance. So we get an easy kill there. So here's the next zone. It ends up rotating off of Stadium, and I think those tents for the power play, just because the circle after this, if I'm able to be in the middle, I'm most likely going to be in the next circle as well, so I don't have to move. So solos can be very campy, and if you minimize the time you're rotating, your chance of just dying from rotating drastically decreases. So here I'm just scoping it out, I'm seeing if I see anyone, and I picked up that cluster strike and I held on to it specifically for this reason. So cluster strikes or precisions are great to use to rotate. So I'm waiting for the gas, and I think people on the right have more cover, so I can't see, so I use the cluster strike so that I can rotate without being seen or without being shot at, potentially, if there was someone to my right. So I jump down, I'm able to get into the tent, and at this point, I just try to hold this tent until I'm forced to move by the zone. So check heartbeat, I got a very lucky circle, and you can see what I mean, how I'm in the middle. So even if the circle was somewhere else, I would have to, my rotation would be not that big, right? So people in the houses in that town now have to rotate the farthest. So again, I just hold this tent, someone pops up on heartbeat for me over at that wall, and then I hear someone behind me. So I know there's someone in that tent. They're probably not going to move the tent out of that tent until they have to. So I'm most worried about this guy on the wall. He's on heartbeat still. Again, I hear that person in the tent. Hear him. They're fighting someone, and no one died, so they're both kind of holding out. The zone pushes to my back, which is great. So I can again move with the zone, and I'm going to try to hold out this guy to my right. He's my priority right now. 1, because he's on heartbeat, so I know where he is. 2, because he has to come towards me. So there he is. He jumped over, and he's fried. You can see, but the thirst and kill, out of my 50, I had 15 left. That's what I'm saying. Like, FFAR burns through it. So I know there's someone to my right. I checked my left real quick, which was kind of dumb. So I'm able to get this first guy one-on-one. He ended up being over there too. I crack him. I don't see him, but I get lucky. He jumps out. He was weak because I'd cracked him. Boom. Got the win. And man, that one felt so good. It had been so long since I had won a game. So I was pretty stoked. I was pumped. So it was good to get a win. So victory helicopter coming in. And I get to fly out the sole survivor of Verdansk. So if you guys made it all the way to the end, I just want to say thank you. I hope everyone is staying safe and well in these crazy times we're living in. Hopefully we're on our way out with these vaccines continuing to roll out and everything. So again, I just want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you come back for more content. Thanks.